these are the requirements that you need to have in order to date me, a single mom of 3 kids. Number 1 is that you need to be making at least 130K a year, and you need to have at least 2 side hustles. If you cannot make 130K or more, then you are out of my face. How do you expect to give me money for my kids if you only make 50K a year? Second is, I don't date men that are younger than me because for obvious reasons. So if you are 26 and over, then you qualify. 26 to 35 is the age limit. Okay, I feel like 35 is pushing it because they look old as Freddy. Oh, I'm 26, I'm a baby, so yeah. You have to have at least 3 cars under your name. Your second car has to have 8 seats because I have 3 kids. Oh, I want them to be comfortable whenever we go with you on a trip or something. You want me to come with you, I'm gonna bring my kids, and you need to have enough space for my kids. So that's why I require you to have an SUV and a vehicle of your own if you're going to be dating me. Another requirement is that you have to have a property under your name, and you have to be looking into getting your second property. You have to get a home that has 6 rooms because each of my kids have to be in their own room. So you have to be considerate. Purchase a house that has 6 rooms because that's only common sense. And if you cannot meet those requirements, then you're not the one. The last requirement is that it has to be pink. If it's not pink, no. Pink and brown go together. Pink and brown, like what? Duvalin, you know? As a single mom of 3 kids, I will not be dating men that have kids. You guys are not to be taken seriously. Nobody wants you because your baby mama left you for a reason. If you are not licking the floor that I walk on, you are not gonna be with me. My standards are so much more higher now than before I had kids, which is insane. So if you want to be with me, you're gonna have to be a stepdad of 3 kids. I have 2 boys and a little girl, and my kids are fine. I know what comes with dating somebody with kids, and I don't want it. I don't want none of the drama. I don't give a fuck about your baby mama. So if you're gonna be a stepdad, you are gonna have to pay for some of my kids' things. If you want to take that role of a stepfather, you have to pay for some of their things. There's just no way that you're just gonna be my partner and not a father figure for them, you know? A lot of you may ask yourself, what are you gonna bring to the table, Lindsay? What are you gonna... My love and affection and my time. That's what I'm gonna bring to the table. You're gonna play with me because you love me, not because you have to use me for your benefit. I am traumatized, okay? So you either love the out of me and of my kids, or you're just not gonna be with me at all.
3 days later.
Guys, I am no longer going to be posting on this account. I feel like this account is full of hateful men, and I've been getting bullied a lot on here. So with that being said, I'm going to move to my backup. My content is mainly going to be get ready with me to go on dates, single mom content. So if that's more of your vibe, then go ahead and follow me. If not, I guess I'm not going to see you guys anymore because I'm going to close this page down. But on my other page, it's going to be more girly, more fun stuff. So I know I have a lot of girls that follow me on here, so go follow me on my backup because I am going to close this one down. I don't like the vibes on it anymore. Yeah, same.
I'm trying to figure out why all these grown men have on these jerseys today. I mean, it's jerseys everywhere, and I'm looking at the flyer y'all ain't saying nothing about grown men wearing jerseys. I do not. That is such a turn off to me. I do not want my man wearing a jersey like a little kid.
So, number 1, your man wouldn't be wearing a jersey because you probably don't have one. Number 2, there are grown men that wear jerseys. In fact, that's where it comes from. They're called professional athletes. So this idea that only children wear jerseys, I'm really trying to understand where that's coming from. And number 3, imagine guys telling you umbrella eyelashes that you got, or that wig that you got, or any of that war paint, all of that mystical, magical sorcery that you have on your face. The same way you don't give a damn what men think about what you wear, we don't give a damn what you think about what we wear.
Shout out to all the guys who leave nasty comments about my looks on my page. Thank you for boosting my algorithm. Appreciate you. Stay triggered.
Somebody called her. Somebody called her Jack Nicholson. Joker.
My husband worked a 13-hour day today, and guess where he is right now? Downstairs doing the dishes. Good men are out there, ladies, don't settle.
But let a man say this, divorce him now.
So apparently every woman's ex is a narcissist and a gaslighter. And the woman is just like perfect. They're perfect. I'm telling you, Facebook and TikTok and just social media in general has gave all these narcissistic women new words in their vocabulary. So while you guys are learning those new words, I want you to learn this. Accountability. Glad we had that talk.
Oh no. I hope a big booty boy who likes Cheetos and girls in wheelchairs doesn't follow me home.
Woman, ain't nobody falling for this trap. I'll take the Cheetos though.
Well, what is the worst accent in the UK? Where are you from? Manchester.
Got him.
Date men if you want to get something. I always find it very funny how there are some women who really want to be valued a lot but don't want to provide any value. Like, a lot of you will be the first to say, oh, what can a broke man do for me? What could you do for any man? Like, even if you wanted to, what could you do? It's like some of you are getting on the internet being like, women deserve this, we need this, that, and men deserve and will get nothing. That's how it's supposed to be. And then turn around and be like, bro, why are men such misogynists? Why are they and don't get me wrong, misogyny is idiotic regardless of people saying stupid things online. But my point is, when you have a particular group that hates you and spreads harmful rhetoric about you, why are you fulfilling your part of the harmful rhetoric? Especially when things like common sense are just at play. Like, as far as like what it means to like be kind and nice to somebody or nice to your partner. Like, if you think like this, what do you expect men to like about you? And if you want men to value you, what do you expect them to value? And it's like any answer you could possibly give me is rooted in misogyny. If it's, oh, well, I'm pretty, so he should like that I'm pretty. You're boiling down women's entire value into looks, which is something that is complained about every day, not just because women are being schmexualized on all sorts of media, but also the pressure to be attractive and to meet the beauty standards as a woman. And if you say that's your ability to give birth, there are women who go through complete existential crises when they find out that they are unable to have children, that they're not fertile, because they feel like, how much of a woman can I be if I don't have kids? Because historically, men would view women as just, okay, so they make the baby and take care of them. Now I'm gonna go on and do my thing. Like, that's how they were viewed back in the big misogyny time. It's so funny because a lot of you don't understand this. Oh, well, you know, I'm a girl, so basically I'm just like a extra child that he had. That mindset is literally a result of misogyny. Like, the reason that you want to feel like a baby in a relationship is because men treated you like babies. Men didn't treat you as adults. They didn't treat you as human beings. It's like y'all sit here and y'all like, oh man, I'm a trad. For one, half of y'all not even trad women. Not that you should be, but you're like, oh, I'm so traditional. And not only are you not traditional, but you're also not thinking about where this tradition comes from. And that is why this discussion will never make any sense, because they will never acknowledge the fact that what they want, what they're asking for, is patriarchy and misogyny. And in case you guys don't remember, misogyny and the patriarchy are like bad things. Like, you don't want that.
Someone has said to me before, I know there's somebody that don't play about you. Wrong. They have all played about me. Every last one. And I know if I gave you the chance, you would too.
Uncle Cliff in the comments said, translation, all the men you have chosen have played about you. The men that wouldn't play about you, you probably don't find interesting or attractive.
One of my favorite ways of spending quality time with my boyfriend is when I'm annoying him multiple times in a row, and on the 7th time, he deeply sighs, to which I respond, why did you sigh like that? Do you hate me?
I don't think people are going to believe this, and I don't think this video is going to get any views, but I'm going to tell you anyways. Did you know that everything that we were taught about fertilization as far as making babies, like the sperm fertilizes the egg, it's a lie? Fact number 1, the egg itself actually releases a chemical to attract the sperm it wants. And when the other sperms try to come to the egg, it will literally decapitate them or send out bad chemicals so the sperm dies off. Meaning it is not the sperm that selects the egg, it is actually the egg that selects the sperm. Also, the egg is significantly larger than the sperm, a lot bigger. So what they're now realizing is it's not actually about strong swimmers, it's about compatibility. Does my egg like your sperm?
Honestly, another example of modern women doing everything in their power to pat themselves on the back in a weird way.
Women, y'all get rewarded for being honest even when you're wrong. You can sleep with a man who everybody knew had a wife for 30 years. Y'all not make it, and now you got to go on the talk show and explain your side of the story. She was brave. She came forward. She shared her side of the story. Now you a keynote speaker at a women's empowerment brunch. You got a podcast and a book deal about being honest about being wrong, because nobody cares about a man telling the truth. That's why I'm going to open up a club for men who are in terrible relationships. I'm going to call it Going for a Walk. Mid-conversation, I'm leaving. Where you going? I'm going for a walk. And I'm going to name this club all the things that men really care about. Fellas, coming to the stage. We got the special guest tonight on the main stage. Show some love for Consideration. See, the fella's going crazy. She got little tassels. She got a to-go plate with mashed potatoes in it. Little meatloaf. Hey, you are such a good man. Outside is just so crazy, and I just appreciate you. Men in there crying. I just appreciate you're just such a kind man, and you just do the best you can with what you have, and that's enough for me. That's right, fellas. We taking it up a notch. We got BOGO, buy one, grab one, lap dances, all top shelf liquor, $20. Coming to the stage, we got the twins. She ain't at your house, but they here tonight. Show some love for peace and quiet. Fellas, two come out tiptoeing, being quiet. The game is on. They like. One's going everywhere. It's crying and emotional. That's right, fellas. We got the headliner tonight. She only come around every 7 years like a comet. She ain't at your house, but she here tonight. Show some love. Fellas, I need y'all to start clapping. Show some love for accountability. And the go crazy. And nobody comes out because women ain't accountable. She didn't apologize, and I won't either. Thank y'all, Ron G.
Number one is that you need to be making at least 130K a year. And you need to have at least 2 side hustles. If you cannot make 130K or more, then you are out of my league. How do you expect to give me money for my kids if you only make 50K a year? You have to have at least 3 cars under your name. Your second car has to have 8 seats because I have 3 kids. Oh, I want them to be comfortable whenever we go with you on a trip or something. You want me to come with you? I'm gonna bring my kids, and you need to have enough space for my kids. So that's why I require you to have an SUV and a vehicle of your own if you're gonna be dating me. Another requirement is that you have to have a property under your name, and you have to be looking into getting your second property. Have to get a home that has 6 rooms because each of my kids have to be in their own room.
I really wish I wasn't the first one to say this, but this is delusional. This is exactly what men are talking about when they want to know what a woman brings to the table. Because what does this woman bring except for financial burden? But not only that, but it is very clear that she will be an emotional burden because she is labeling these things as expectations. She expects all of them. They are requirements. Because even if she met a man and got into a relationship with someone that was willing to give her all of these things, which we all know she won't, he would not be appreciated. He would have to continue to do these things over and over and over again. And then once he finally broke, guess who's taking half of his stuff? This is why in today's day and age, no man is going to settle for this.
Okay, let's talk about it, because why would a woman making a move on a man, why would that make her a pick-me? Also, in this video, I'm very clear about it. I say, you should have made a move before he had a girlfriend, not while he has a girlfriend. But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of women that are also very against them being the ones that make a move on a dude that they're interested in. And I want to understand why. Because in my mind, if I like someone and if I want something, I'm going to put myself in the best position in order to get the thing that I want. And it doesn't really require much for men to get the idea that you're interested in them. So you don't need to make this like grand gesture in order to make a move. It's not like you need to ask them out. It's not like you need to declare your feelings. It really doesn't take much for them to be like, oh, maybe she likes me. And I would argue that if you're the type of person that when you like someone, you just exist with a crush and you then enter this state of limerence and you just never do anything about it,
You are literally waiting to be picked. Doesn't that make you a pick me? I don't know. I do want to understand though.
Let's get down to brass tacks. I went on a date tonight and he let me pay. Happily, willingly. $148 plus tip. I offered. I'm a lady. I'm a grown woman that makes my money. I don't need nobody pay my way. Ew. I offered, but like not for real. It was like for fake. It was like a joke. Like what? No. I brought cash to like maybe pay for the tip. That's my shtick. That's my move. That's my vibe. You asked me out. You asked me. I didn't ask you out. You asked me out. Sound off in the comments, because...
When did you realize that your partner wasn't the one?
When he couldn't get my with. I'm not gonna lie.
Man.
He just couldn't do it. He just couldn't do it.
How did he become like your partner then?
I knew him through a mutual friend, and he was real cool, real genuine, but I kind of started liking him before I got to test drive it. So it's like he kind of fishy.
Oh, damn. Did you know that right away, or did you like give it some chances?
Now the first time we did it, I was super intoxicated. I was drunk as so I think I got that and gassed it up that first time. But then when I spun the block again, once I was sober, it wasn't hitting on. It wasn't hitting on.
That man probably going through the biggest heartbreak of his life. Imagine
But
thinking
he not though, because I'm
Okay.
still with him.
You're lying. Why do you women come on the podcast and do that?
But that's why I had to go outside when y'all had first called me.
No, you
And
live
it was-
together?
I mean, you could have stayed in there, look.
Y'all
got kids? He don't run.
No kids. We don't have no like real ties to each other. But like, bro's a nice guy, you know. He's cool, you know.
You thinking about cheating real soon?
I had already did that though. So it's like, yeah, I had already did that because see me, anybody who knows me personally know I like to like sex is a major thing for me.
Anybody that knows you personally knows you like to.
They know, like they know.
I know what you are.
Modern women are just embarrassing men for sport at this point.
So where I work at, right? It's this lady who walk around. All she do is talk about the Lord all shift. The Bible says this. Jesus said that. God wouldn't like if you did this. Through the whole shift, right? Which is nothing wrong with that if you stand on it, right? Like I said, there's nothing wrong with that if you stand on it. She was in a long-term relationship with this guy that she had kids by. She started talking to this guy at work. You know me, I keep it $150. I keep it $1,000, as they would say. She started talking to this guy, and the guy became her work husband, right? Now, her work husband already has 2 other women pregnant at the same time. But this didn't stop her from messing with him, right? This didn't stop her from having an affair. When all she do is come to work and she talk about God, the Bible, the Lord, what is right and what is wrong through the whole shift, right? So she started telling everybody that she finna leave the guy she was in a long-term relationship with because he didn't go to church enough. He wasn't holy enough. But everybody already know why she trying to make her move, right? So this chick, as we call church lady, packed her stuff up, right? Took her kids away from the father. Got her own place. This destroyed her family to go be her work husband's side chick. Now just think about how that sounds. She left a man who was taking care of his kids to go be her work husband's side chick. Now they had work the other day arguing, right? Because things are not going the way she thought they was going to go. I guess she thought she was going to leave her husband and he was going to leave these other chicks alone that he was messing with. But they ain't how it went. They ain't how it went. Now she walking around with the puppy dog look because she's not working out. And I see women do this so much. I had a friend who left her guy to go be with a married man. Left her guy to go be with a married man. But back to what I was saying, man. Work husbands and work wives are something else, man. They will listen to all your problems. You can confide in them. You can tell them, and they'll give you the best advice they can give you while you are at work. But the minute y'all clock out, she going back to her guy, he going back to his chick. That's just how it goes. And church lady found out the hard way. Destroyed her family. Left a man who took her as kids to go be her work husband's side chick. You cannot make this shit.
God can't trust a woman to lead nothing. Because when her emotions get involved, homie, her logic goes out the window. And she's loyal to her emotions. She's not loyal to what's right. She's not loyal to her man. She's not loyal to her children. She's loyal to her emotions. And she will sit motherhood aside till she gather her emotions. And that shouldn't be the case. She's not realizing the light's on, the car got gas in it, you protect it, the kids sleep good at night. You don't have to lock the doors, do all this because it's a man in the house. It's comfort, it's security, there's direction. Most real men aren't liked. Most real men with real traits and characteristics aren't liked. He gonna say, baby, take that off. You're not finna go outside with your doing like that. Man, you got your ass out like that. Man, put some on your print showing. A real man establish law and order. Say, y'all sit down somewhere. Real man ain't liked. He's missed and appreciated after he's gone. But while he's here, he ain't liked. He's tolerated. That's why they don't tell your daddy. It keeps from daddy. That's why daddy get a tie. That's why daddy get kicked in the ass. Mama get everything. It's all about if mama happy. It ain't about if daddy happy. And daddy down to stress. And mama living long being happy. Because guess what? Everybody making mama happy. Don't give a damn about daddy being happy.
The fact of the matter is, mama will be out here throwing a fit because she didn't get that crock pot she wanted. Meanwhile, dad got to settle for some socks and just say, oh, it's a sentimental value. I love my kids.
These days, some of the men are not pushing as hard as they used to push years back. So if a man shows interest, don't be playing hard to get now. Why are you trying to play hard to get? My husband, we dated for maybe 2.5 years, and I liked him first. I had been eyeing him. He was in the choir, and he was that tall, dark, handsome man in the choir. I had a friend in the choir, and when I asked her who's that person, she thought I was talking about somebody else. So she told me another name. So all along, I was praying about another name. But anyway, he proposed to me eventually, but I was the one that had the first conversation. So did I chase him like that by having the first conversation with him? Okay, after we started seeing each other, did I chase him by baking cake for him? That's why you people are not getting married, if that is the problem. Because the truth is that nobody likes being turned down over and over and over again. So that is why some men are very careful about going all out when they're not even sure that this person likes them. Okay, he likes you and you like him too. Show him you like him. You're going to like him forever if you're going to marry him. So what is the pride about him knowing that you like him? I mean, these things are not that difficult. We're so rigid about so many things. But that is why it's becoming more difficult for us to get married.
I don't know about anybody else, but I'm really glad that they're finally finding productive ways to spend our hard-earned tax dollars. I, for one, feel really empowered that I contributed to 6 women who are worth probably hundreds of millions of dollars each, go for an 11-minute ride, if we can even call it that, into the sky. I mean, honestly, why is everything so weird in this world now? I can't take anything seriously. They accidentally open the latch before they're supposed to, so they're told to close it. And then he comes in with his handy dandy tool to open the door like it wasn't already open before. It's honestly like they're not even trying anymore. There's not a single scratch on this thing, yet apparently it re-entered the Earth's atmosphere. And let's zoom in on that window, shall we? Does that look like a dummy to anybody else or just me? When you see the world with spiritual eyes, when you put aside your feelings, when you put aside everything that you've been taught and you seek out the truth, the biblical truth, this type of stuff starts to pop out to you instantly. And you realize that everything in our world, and I mean everything, is spiritual. The truth is hidden in plain sight if you have eyes to see. If you pray that God will reveal to you what is really going on in this world, He will show you. But just be ready to unlearn everything that you have ever been taught, because this world is not as it seems.
The fact that they went up there, like somebody said, in full makeup in what looks like tracksuits for what seems to be a photo op. Man, want to be single.
I think men play video games because they think it's cute. It's not. When you never get validation from your father, you have to get it in other ways. Playing ranked League of Legends is how they do this. I played Hollow Knight once and decided maybe I am into indie games. He's streaming for attention. He's also a slut.
I am sorry, but first of all, what hobbies are men putting down? Can someone just enlighten me in the comment section? What hobbies are men putting down that women do? Because I was pretty sure that OnlyFans isn't a hobby, so if that's what you're talking about, that doesn't count, okay? Tell me what hobbies women are doing that men are putting down, first of all. And second of all, as a gamer, PC gamer and PS5 gamer, but a long-time gamer on old school consoles, because I'm that old, the 90s was a good year for me. Yeah, shut up. Nobody's putting down, first of all, women's hobbies, okay? What I do see is you putting people down and creating this false narrative. Why are you so angry? Who did you date that played video games and I forgot about you in the room? Who was it? Because it wasn't all men. Like, did he put down your hobbies? Because it seems like it.
I would come home and I would strip off my dress clothes and I would get into my sweats and my messy bun. So I would dress up all day long for other people, but what did my husband get? And I gotta tell you, when I started showing up, I made the decision that if our marriage was gonna last, it was gonna start with me. I made that decision. He moved to our guest bedroom. He opened up a separate bank account. He told me I wanted divorce. We married the wrong people. I would make him dinner and he would come up and he would say, "Why are you making me dinner? I am not eating with you. Stop." And I showed up and I showed up. Our marriage was completely healed, saved, restored. I said, "What changed?" And he said, "When you changed, even though the way I was treating you and you kept treating me with grace and love and forgiveness, I thought, wow, what a gift. There's no way I can let this go." And I tell you all that to say, even the impossible situations are possible, but it starts with you.
A lot of men are not impressed with just a pretty face and a fat booty because that is everywhere. He has to be attracted to the way that you think, the way that you carry yourself, and the way that you treat him in order to satisfy him, okay? You gotta be more than eye candy. You gotta be soul food.
I've had enough of you feminists. I hate you. I'm gonna cut my hair. Could you imagine if that's how I talk and I told you that I don't agree with your views, I don't agree with what you're saying, I think you're poisoning the planet, I think you probably need emotional and mental support. That is not how grown women communicate. That is not how happy women communicate. That is not how confident women communicate. That's how feminists communicate. If you don't like seeing a woman that is thriving in her kitchen and that is happy to bake cookies for her husband or her children, keep it to yourself, because we are not harming anybody by taking care of our families, our husbands, our babies. We're good. We are good and we like it here and we're gonna stay here, okay?
Instead of her humbling herself, she gets mad, she gets angry, and Elijah has to flee. That is like also going back to the spirit of pride and narcissism. I feel like when you're dealing with someone who's battling with this narcissistic spirit of pride nature, no matter even if they see a miraculous miracle or they hear the truth never sits as truth for them. Do you guys notice that? They just get angry and more mad. Like, it's like you're calling me out as being false and fake. That you're calling me out as a liar, and I don't like that. Now I'm getting more mad. Now I need vengeance. Now I need to shut you up. You know, the spirit of pride, it doesn't even matter if you caught them red-handed cheating on you. That's how that's kind of what I view this story as right now. She got caught red-handed being an adulteress of the Lord, right? And you still got mad. You got mad and you threaten Elijah the prophet. You threaten the person who was just obeying orders by God. And King Ahab, her husband, didn't do anything about it. He saw the works of God and did not put his foot down and go back to Jezebel and saying, "You're wrong."
It's crazy because that's exactly what these modern women are battling. A spirit of pride, ego, self-inflation, conceitedness. It's all about me. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Put all this makeup on me. Put all of these fancy clothes on me, fancy cars, all that stuff.
Here's a secret that everyone knows, but no one's allowed to talk about. Working for a female boss sucks, especially if you're a girl. Everyone always talks about the patriarchy keeping them down. Smash the patriarchy. The patriarchy is the only thing that has ever promoted me. Ask any girl when you're just having a casual conversation and she's not being a feminazi if she would rather work for a male or a female. And she will tell you. And why? Because women are jealous. Women are moody. Women are insecure. And for some reason, they take all of that out on the women working for them. Because women are mean to to each other. We are our own worst enemies. And maybe, just maybe, it's because women aren't meant to spend their childbearing years in a corporate workplace. But we're not allowed to say that. You can't sit with us!
Your man comes home and he's hungry. Would you wake up and make him a meal?
No. Hell no, he can buy his own shit. Be independent. No, he makes me a meal. What the
I didn't hear your answer.
I mean, I'm happily married. I'd make him a meal.
You'd make it?
Thanks, man. No, take it back. I'll make the meal. I'll make the meal.
I'm just gonna stay silent because I know foolishness is being talked about.
Every man only has sex on his mind. Can we as a society stop pushing this narrative? Why do we think so lowly about men? As if they don't have the brain capacity to think about other things in life. I've met many guys who take time to get comfortable. Men who don't wake up every morning chasing it. Men who only have eyes for the woman that they love and aren't comfortable with anything else, even if it's being thrown in his face. When we not only accept, but expect men to be purely driven, we are not allowing them to be more than that. We're teaching people just to assume the worst of a man and then teaching men, all men are like this. And if you're not a real man. This comes under toxic masculinity, which is a part of the patriarchy. Men are also allowed to have boundaries without being made to feel as less of a man for doing that.
Mate, men are so close to being pigeons, like, and that's wild, but just all, like, necked out, like, why just necked out was, like, just necking about, like this, looking for seeds on the floor. That's what men look like to me, just long neck, hunchback, pigeon, like, you know, and they just waddle about. That's what it is. I hate that so much. Even driving. And they just look so confused all the time. Like, do you actually have a clue what's going on? Just going around like this. You don't know, do you? Just admit it.
And you saying all this while you sitting in that car looking like a bald eagle. Girl, drive off.
Okay, I have a question for the men. Very short, very simple. Does it bother you if a girl has a best guy friend and he doesn't fight for the other team? Okay, he's straight and he's your girl's like best friend. Is that like a red flag, a deal breaker, a turn off? Or are you just like, I don't really care, she can have friends, I don't care? Because my guy friends and I got into a big argument about this one. And before anyone out there says, well, can I have a girl best friend? That's not what we're asking here. We're asking how you feel. As a guy, dating a girl or pursuing a girl, would you feel uncomfortable or hate that your girl has a guy best friend? And really think about this one, because that's the guy best friend that you don't know if he has feelings for her or not. You just know that they're really close. They spend a lot of time together, they hang out a lot, and he knows quite literally everything about her, her secrets, her life story, and she tells him when you fuck up. So,
hello. What's your name?
My name's Adam.
Hi then.
How's it going?
I'm Nancy.
What's up, Nancy? You okay?
Yeah, I think you are really handsome.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Have a nice day.
He got that look on his face like, I'm not ready to go to jail today.
Mean it when I say you only get 250 chances to show me that you're not interested in me and that you don't respect me. After 251, I'll walk right out of your life. I don't play, okay? Don't have to show me 251 times.
I think it's sweet when a guy wants to protect you, but what are you gonna do if a crazy person attacks us?
You in what army? What are you gonna say to the guy like, no! Don't hurt us! Like, oh, you showed him. Even if you do something about it, like how embarrassing will it be when I have to watch you lose a fight? You wanna do that to not only yourself, but me? I have to sit there with secondhand embarrassment watching you lose a fight? What's the plan here, buckaroony? You gonna give him a twister? Gonna give him a purple nurple? What are you gonna give him, a swirly? A wet willy? What are either of us gonna do?
You know, for some reason, I just can't understand why men don't want to protect women anymore.
So I don't have any hate for the boys of this generation, but like, what are you doing filming a TikTok at a gas station going like this? With the stop. Maybe don't. Maybe just stop it. Like, and the girls hyping it up, I'm looking at you too. Ew, stop. Get out of that man's comments. He is not trying to marry you.
Would a 50-50 man for you disqualify?
Absolutely.
Disqualify? What if he, okay.
Like, I haven't met him. I wouldn't even have met that man. A man that wants to be like half and half had never met me. I didn't meet him. He wasn't even in my room. I never met a man like that. Literally. I never met the man. Seriously, like, there's no way you looked at me and was like, yeah, we going to, like, I never met him.
Okay.
I'm not running across him. No disrespect to this man. But I ain't never seen him before in my life. Walk on by him.
SD, what's up?
The facts of the matter are that the vast majority of people here, especially black people, would be smart to go 50-50 with each other. Because half the men and over half the women make $50,000 or less. You know what I'm saying? And for black people, us, when you look at where we sit as far as household income, we are dead last because most of us are by ourselves. Right? And with over half of the men and half of the women making just $50,000, it makes our household income the lowest. Whereas other people also don't have all of this money, but what they are doing is they are getting together and saying, okay, you can only do half, I can only do half. Let's put that 50 together. Now it's a $100,000 home. Now I don't have to pay $2,000 rent on my own. Now I can pay just $1,000 and we can save more money together.
I mean, maybe it's for the show, but continuing to go on and on after you've properly answered the question lets us fully know that you probably need to continue to be by yourself. And what's even more hilarious is that she calls herself a dating coach on her profile.
People's dating standards show who the hypocrites are, because I just saw a video of this girl who was like, when you see an attractive man on the bus, but then you realize he's on the bus, basically shaming him. But here's the thing, she made the video on the bus, and I thought it was satire at first, but it's not, because she's liking comments defending her. Like, one of the comments was saying how, like, oh, if you get offended by this, you just don't have high enough standards.
This is absolutely true, and for those who didn't see the video, you're very lucky. There was a girl who made a video of her literally on the bus, taking a video of another man who was on the bus saying, oh, when you see a cute guy, but he's also taking the bus. And that video really was a perfect metaphor for what dating is like for most men. Because there is an unequal amount of what a man is really supposed to be doing when he's trying to make himself valuable to some women. I don't want to say all. And then these girls will literally be in the exact same situation, if not worse, and then be judging a man because a man is supposed to have his stuff together. A woman's not supposed to. I saw a video a long time ago, and I had the exact same situation happen to my friend, where this content creator was talking about how he was messaging with a girl on Tinder, Hinge, one of the dating apps, and then she was alerting him how she stays at home. She lives with her parents. I think she was 24, 25 years old. And then he was around the same age, and he said, yeah, like, I got my own place, I'm renting an apartment at this place. And then her response to that was, ooh, it's kind of a red flag when a man doesn't own property. This girl lived at home with her parents, and then she's judging a man who has his own apartment, but doesn't own a place yet. These are the kind of things that we have to deal with on a regular basis. While I don't like to generalize and say all women this or all men this, what I will say, there is a lot of women who clearly think that the standards that they set, they don't have to meet themselves. They want a man who is financially responsible, has a good job, overall is in good shape, does this, does that, but they themselves are zero of those things. Because in my personal opinion, whether it's a man or a woman, a lot of people who claim to have these super high standards are cripplingly insecure and want to pretend that that is why they're having issues in the dating market, when in reality, it is literally just because of them. So if they sit there and they go, oh, the reason I don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend is because I want my boyfriend to be 6'4", make $200,000 a year, and he has to be really well-spoken. They always hide behind that reason, and then fast forward 2 years, they end up choosing a guy who's like 65 pounds overweight, cheats on them all the time, and doesn't make more than $40,000 a year. But they were just saying that the whole time, so nobody questioned them. The moral of the story here is if you are judging somebody who rides a bus and you are also on the bus, it is probably time for you to go to therapy and just probably not date anybody. But that's just my opinion. But hey, what do you think?
My 9-year-old came into me today and she goes, can I wear your wedding ring to school today? I said, you don't actually need to ever ask me that question because it will always be a no. And she goes, oh, how rude. And then she goes, can you just do me a favor and can you just like get engaged one more time and then break it off and then give me the ring? And I said, let me get this straight. You want me to stay married to dad and then seduce someone else and have them propose to me and then break it off so that I can give you a wedding ring? And she goes, yeah, that's it. And she paused for a little bit longer and she goes, or you could just buy me one. That's fine too.
Kids say the darndest things. You got some trouble on your hands.